I'm Dr. Douglas Vanderheide, and welcome to my website. I am a certified psychiatrist and psychoanalyst. I have been practicing in Manhattan for the past 20 years, and I wish to say something about the work that I do and invite you, if you're interested, to call me. I have seen a great number of patients over a fair number of years and have developed over that period of time considerable skills in helping them address their problems and their difficulties. So I have spent the better part of my professional life studying human beings, trying to understand what makes them tick, what gives them difficulties in life, and developing techniques and approaches that are maximally helpful in helping them resolve the conflicts that disturb their life and impair their satisfactions. There are many ways that people have sought to help each other through life. Life coaches, guidance counselor, and all of these have a positive impact on an individual. But fundamentally what I'm interested in doing is working with a client to help them understand the ways in which they don't see their own life problems. They don't really see their own life situation clearly. And once they really are clear about what's going on, about the urges they have, about the fantasies they have, they're much better able finally in a lasting way to go out and solve their life difficulties and improve their life and the quality of it. First time you come to my office, you'll sit with me in a chair and I'll ask you to tell me about your life, about the difficulties you've had, about the things that are of concern to you. And during that first session, I generally say very little unless I feel there's some specific biographic or autobiographic issue that needs to be addressed. For the most part, I remain fairly silent for perhaps the first half to 3/4 of the session. At that point, I'm generally able, from the data that I've heard, to really put my finger on what's the most pressing emotional issue and also what are the larger contexts in which this problem has arisen. I consider it my duty at the end of the first hour to try to summarize and to put together what I see as the principal problems that this individual, that you have come to see me about, and to be able to make some recommendations regarding how to approach addressing these matters. In that context, I will often ask you to come back, usually the same week, to have a second hour. This is important for several reasons. The first being that it is important to try to understand how the interaction with me has gone for you and whether, in fact, talking to me has been helpful. It also gives us a chance to really go into a little bit more depth some of the conflicts that may have emerged, at least in a very outliney kind of way during the first hour. It's also my expectation to demonstrate how important that second hour is. I can't emphasize how much in my practice I recommend that patients be seen twice a week. In my judgment, when one comes once a week, most of the bulk of the hour is really taken up with trying to catch me up on what's been happening in your life. Who died, who got a promotion, who lost their job, what the car payments are like, when they're going on vacation, these kinds of day-to-day matters. The trick is the second session really offers a chance to reflect, offers a chance to begin to turn the attention into something inside, a little bit more about one's feelings about these matters, a little bit more about dreams, a little bit more about the internal feelings of being alive and being in this particular situation. Gives us a chance to understand in greater detail how this situation is related to past situations in one's life and how the same problems seem to recur. And in a once-a-week session, it's simply not possible to address this kind of arena. It's also necessary in order to make real progress that it be addressed. This is the most intimate relationship you will ever have with anyone, including your mate, over a period of time. That is that the things that you tell me and the things that we will talk about will really be something you will share with no one else in the detail that you'll share it with me, as you begin to trust me to be able to tell me about it. But you need time to work on those issues, to reflect on them, to think about them, to try to understand how they're related to other issues and how they're related to things that have happened to you in the past and how you might be repeating old patterns that you're simply not aware of. If you feel that my services could be helpful to you, please don't hesitate to call.